Good morning, family. How's everyone doing out there? It's Mr. Frederick coming right back at you. Oh, you know what? Hold on, guys. Let me see here. Just thought about something. I'll put it. A couple of tunes I put in recently, guys. You know, I'm into my music.
We gonna watch order?
I'm going to actually be doing. I'm probably going to put up some songs that I'm now composing on the keyboard. So I'll have those up probably today. You have a little more flexibility. You know, I like to pull the beats, the samples off of YouTube and just rhyme over those. But with my own keyboard, I could kind of sing a little more flexibility, longer, full song format. So just to kind of get you, but it's good to use the samples as a tempo for me, the way my mind works. I'm really an autodidact, which I really didn't even understand or wasn't really familiar with the term for years, but it's just someone that's self-taught. I've always been that kind of way where I like to learn what I like to learn. I like to learn how I like to learn. It's a very specific type of mind where, when you structure it and you put it in a structured environment, it might not perform as well. But if you give them the freedom, someone who's autodidact, you give them the freedom to kind of just learn at their own pace, their own way, their own race, they excel just because their mind cannot be closed in. And when I was young, we moved around a lot, failed and had some bad stints in elementary schools, but then I got to one school system and they tested me and I was gifted and talented. So that's how the educational system works, family. It's very complicated. How the human brain works is extremely complicated. And you'll see individual haters and stuff, that don't know your situation or whatever. They'll look at something like that and try to hold on to that 40 years later. It's like, it's pitiful. I laugh at that. I'm like, you minion, you dumb minion hating. They can't do 1% of the stuff you could do. But see, this is the thing. When you come up around these haters and jealous people, and I'm going to tell you, family, I'm going to be straight up. Like, this video is about Chosen. I know I'm getting off the subject a little bit, but a lot of times people like that have that anointing, that have that purpose, that anointed by God, they're just special. It's not saying they're better than anyone, but they have a special calling. And they come up in these environments that are extremely toxic. Haters and, just people that's just all messed up. You still love them, but you got to love them from a distance because that's all they have to give. And it takes you a long time to break out of that cycle when you're growing up because you're used to toxic people. Even though you naturally aren't, you're peaceful kind of, but if you grow up around those type of people, it does throw you off, family. And beware, I'm going to go into it a little bit later on in the video because this video is for chosen people. This video is for light bearers, chosen, all terms you want to hear, earth angels, all these different terms. They're the same thing now. It's the same type of person. You could put any kind of terminology on it you want to, but it's an individual who has a certain light they carry from the Lord. And they have a lot of gifts. They can do a lot of things, different vibration. They vibrate very high, can do a lot of things, but they usually are surrounded by a lot of haters because people can tell that they're a little different, that they have something special about them. And if you go for a long time, you really won't understand it until you start getting into the Bible, where it talks about being of the world and man and God and how God gifted you, right? But here's the thing. God gifted you, not man. So man, you'll have more difficulties with man. You'll be born in certain settings. You'll have these difficulties, but it is for you to illuminate and for you to be able to brighten things up, pretty much. And you can withstand it, but you have to understand it. Okay, family? You can withstand all of the hate and all of the stuff you go through because you get a lot of favor from God. And I used to say to myself when I was coming up, and I mean, even as an adult, like, gosh, how I get all this hate? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't bothering nobody. I'm chilling. I'm just, hey, trying to be cool, trying to have a good time. But you'll see a lot of individuals with that evil eye, that envy eye, that jealousy, and you're like, I'm not even competing. I don't want to compete with you. Okay, if you want to be the man, great, you're the man. Like, it's not even something that is on your frequency. You don't even think like that. Like, you're a type person where you just don't think like that. You think like, one all, one love, just kind of, you have a very humble spirit, and you just think like, hey, let's, whatever floats your boat, enjoy yourself. You are not even thinking on a competing, and you're not an individual that is uncomfortable with someone else getting the shine, someone else being in the spotlight. You really don't care. A lot of times, being in that chosen frame, you actually don't want attention. You actually want people to kind of look somewhere else, leave, go mess with him. You kind of want to be to yourself and just enjoy life. But it comes to you. And, I experienced a lot of this growing up, and I didn't understand it. My brother and I were, we're only a couple years, one of my brothers, only a couple years apart. And they wouldn't want to mess with him. They'll skip right past him, be like, we want to fight your little brother. I didn't understand it. And I'd be like, this is, he's a hater too, hey, what it is, I tell you, you'll have family haters. Yeah, family haters. Like, normally people have supportive family. They have family that's like, hey, I want to support you, want you to do it. You'll have your father hating you. You'll have your mother hating you. You're like, what is all of this hate? I'm trying to love you guys, trying to be cool, but it starts from the beginning. And I didn't understand it till I did more research on it. And it is really spiritual. It's literally like Jesus. It's like Jesus, where man hated him. God, he's the son of God, but man gave hate even when he's trying to love. And I had so many instances, so many stories I could tell you. I remember I had a stepbrother briefly. I'm not going to go into which side it was, but those that know. But anyway, I'm like, okay, my parents getting married, and now I got to do stepbrother. And I'm like, okay, let me get cool with him, He's like, I want to fight you. I'm like, why? I'm your new brother. Oh, man, this is so funny. I could tell you guys stories for days, but that was hilarious. I believe he's, I don't know what happened on him, but I know some bad stuff. Oh, and that's another thing. So when you are this way, one of the interesting things, the haters and the people that do treat you bad, because they say, touch not thou anointed. The ones that hurt you, hate you, try to assault, any stuff like that, it always ends up bad for them. They can't mess with you. Like, that's the caveat. That's the one thing. The people that trample you, that try to do, because your heart is pure, you got that good heart, you don't have no malice, you don't have no hate, you don't have no ill intentions on anyone, literally, and anyone. You have a very meek spirit, heart. You just don't want it. You don't want the smoke. People want to bring it to you, and you won't understand this. And I didn't understand it till I started hearing this terminology. I really wasn't familiar because I just wasn't into the Bible like that. But as I started to study it more, and resources started to come to me, and I'm looking on YouTube, and I'm looking here and reading up, and I'm realizing, man, this is kind of interesting, because you start to see how it intersects. When people mess with you, when people do you dirty, when you don't have any intentions, you just try and do the right thing, they get punished. Oh yeah, when they lie on you and all that kind of stuff, when they decide, I'm going to take up and I'm going to lie, I'm just going to lie, because they got that hate. And it's usually low vibrational people. The demons can get in them because, their vibration is so low. So they get infiltrated with these demons, and they go out, they hate you from on spot. They'll do anything to you. They're trying to destroy you, but they don't realize they can't destroy you. You destroy them. And it's not you, it's God destroying them, because they came for you, because you don't want the smoke. So God defends you because you don't really even have that spirit. Now, don't get me wrong. I fought, and I will fight and do what I got to do. I'm going to defend myself. So I'm not a pushover type person. I'm actually, I will take up for myself. I'll put it like that. And do what I have to do to make sure I'm okay. However, like I said, you really don't have to do anything. God takes care of those people because of the malice that's in their heart. The malice that they carry in their heart, and when they mess with you, you literally can't be messed with. They could mess with you, yeah, they will. But if you go back and look, and you look over the years, you look at these people that had that evil towards you, a lot of them not here, a lot of them, whatever, got hurt, a lot of them incarcerated. I mean, oh man, you could see a trail of tears. You're like, wow. But you realize a lot of these people were very evil towards you for no reason. You had nothing, you had no hate towards them. You try to love them, actually, some of them. But it's just that evil in them. And that's why I say, be careful, people, who you mess with in this world. You don't want to mess with people under that label. If you know some people that kind of have a little bit of those traits, and you might be not, leave that person alone. Trust me, that's not the one. If you see someone that doesn't bother anybody, really peaceful, they love life, they kind of just, they're chilling, they're to themselves. They're not trying to take the spotlight. They're not trying to step in, and they're just enjoying life, just minding their damn business. When you see these people, if you want to have a peaceful life, do not have no ill, do not attack them. Leave them alone. Like, if you see them and you just feel something in your spirit, like, I want to go get them, and you don't know why, you might be evil or whatever you got in you, but remember, it's people in this world that you cannot mess with because they're protected by the Lord. And when you don't believe it, you will receive it. Trust me. It's just a matter of time before you get it. And it's really serious. And like, I actually used to, because I noticed it honestly when I was young. I noticed that a lot of my friends, or a lot of the people that had done that with me, and I noticed how they, if they were still here, I noticed that they ended up bad off, like something bad, with different things. It's not like just one thing that happens to them, but it's so many things. But bad happens because they messed with you. Touch thou not touch thou anointed. You don't mess with certain people. Certain people are anointed by the Lord, and they might not even know it. I knew a lot subconsciously. I knew it because I just started to pay attention. We notice patterns. And it's one guy, I say, he's pretty good. Check him out. He has a lot of information about Chosen. Trend. I got him, I think I put him on my page. I think I put one of his videos. Oh my God. I can't, but I know it's Trend, but Chosen. Yeah, look him up. He talks about it, and I learned a lot off of his channel. And another guy, you could check out his channel on it too. Because I really don't talk about it a lot. I just kind of say, like I said, light bearers, or say people with good hearts. That's my terminology. Everybody got their own different way. I'm the type person, I don't like really using the terms per se, because I feel like even though, yes, you might be set aside, you have all the traits, you go into isolation, you have all these things. I don't like to broadcast certain things because I feel as though what's known is known. And, honestly, yeah, you could talk about it all you want, but the reality is that people are going to find out if they mess with you. They're going to find out. They might have all that hate in their heart, but the people that are supposed to get what they get, honestly, you pray for them, but hey, they're going to get what they get. They shouldn't have came for you, and maybe I believe it's a spiritual lesson that God teaches people. And that's why he has certain select on this earth, because he wants to test people, see what they're going to do, see if they're going to try to, and it don't mean that person that's chosen is perfect and they don't do wrong and they don't hurt. No, they can do that, but it's the intentions of their heart. That's the key. It's that they don't have any ill will whatsoever towards anyone. Okay, yes, they still live in the world. They still, fall under worldly categories, but they don't really hold them too tight. They're flexible with those, they really love everybody, and but they don't like injustice. That's one thing I noticed when I researched it. And I've always been that way. I don't like injustice whatsoever, so that's one key to look out for. But yeah, just, hey, leave people alone, family. If you see if somebody is minding their business, don't go messing with them. I did want to show you guys a couple of songs though real quick. Hold on. before I forget. I get to rambling too. My mind will just be all over the place. Did I get this on? But I made these last night. Here go one. I understand that you use the speed. So I throw my hands up and make I do what you do. I'm on a mission to increase the view. As I allow him to use me as a heavenly too. I pray to God that he gives me the news that will shine like a light to guide us through. Cause today we can use the fuse. Every time I turn on the news, it seems it's coming back soon. Let's get together and unite the states. In reality, it's times I love and way too much hate. It's the east with the weak and great. Until they finally the fate, speeding up their fate. We need more givers and entertainers today. So I'm reading my Bible verse, praying it's not too late. I like that one. But yeah, I mean, stuff like that. I had another one in there too. I think this was. Oh, when I start producing my tracks, y'all gonna be on. Y'all gonna be. That's his name, Trend the Genius. Yeah, he's good, man. I like a lot of his stuff. He got like a whole bunch of subscribers. I can't even remember how many. Maybe it's 1 million or 500,000. He got a whole bunch, but dude is sharp. He's a younger guy to me. I mean, I'm an older guy, but I mean, age is, that's another thing I noticed with chosen people. And I saw one of his videos on this. With a chosen person, like, age is not that big of a deal. You feel really young. Like, even though you are older, I don't feel old or whatever. I don't feel, I mean, you have a very young spirit, like a kid almost, you know? But it is what it is. I always liked it. And I would talk to older people, be like, how, you know, what's this age thing about? And the older people that shared with me, they always said it was good to have a young spirit. So I always felt very comfortable with it. Like, okay, you know, it works. I'll take it. It's not that big of a deal if you embrace. So it's just a matter of embracing who you are, no matter where you fall on the spectrum, guys. So, you know, you might be under that label, under another label. Got another one. When God is stronger, the longer I'm wrong, the longer I'm home. For them right years no longer. My time is here, my problems are few, and my real view. Cause I'm only taking a few. Why? Cause that's what Jesus would do. I'm through. I like that one. I'll hear that again. And when God is stronger, the longer I'm wrong, the longer I'm home. For them right years no longer. My time is here, my problems are few, and my real view. Cause I'm only taking a few. Why? Cause that's what Jesus would do. Yeah, I'm gonna put together a lot of songs, guys. Trust me. I understand that. I'm gonna put together a lot of songs. I gotta really get on it. I really enjoy music, and one thing about being autodidact is that it's a little different. Your brain does work a little different, I believe, because, and I don't know, people use the labels ADHD and all of that. I'm not into those labels so much because I believe a lot of things aren't necessarily, you can't put them in a category. Like you might have some traits that look like all the ADHD, but this is where I do agree with Dr. Umar a lot of times, because depending on your environment that you grew up in, if you grew up in an environment that was traumatizing, that was toxic, that was abusive, neglectful, it's going to be very difficult for you to concentrate anyway. So I don't know if that's necessarily nurture or nature. I don't know too many people that can grow up in very unstable environments and have a stable mind all the time that works in a traditional kind of way. I mean, I guess it can happen, you know, my siblings and I mean, but I notice things about them that seem a little off, you know, I mean, to different degrees and different ways. So I just have a different outlook on psychology and how we categorize the human brain and what it can do. And, you know, like Einstein was autodidact. So it's complicated. It's one of the things, I don't like to go all into it, but you get the point. I really believe you have to have an open mind. And with the chosen thing, another thing, I really believe when you go through events of like major life-changing events, deaths, divorces, whatever, I believe it gets triggered, okay? Like you have it and you are that, but it gets triggered to where it's like your spirit is being contested. When your spirit is contested, the essence of you comes out, because it's like Dr. Carl Jung, the psychologist, famous psychologist, said, you know, you have to, the ego is more removed, and the death of the ego starts to take place, where my ego, I don't believe was ever, I think from the outside people look like I have this big ego, but I don't. It's actually flexible. So I might say, hey, I stand on this and da 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 da, but then I really don't, because I'm so connected spiritually. So even when I wasn't like a strong Christian, and I'm still not, like, I'm not someone who does all the things, and I don't know if anyone does. I do believe in Christianity, but I will say that I am more of an individual that believes in overall God. And so for me, if someone doesn't follow exactly, I'm like, okay, you know, I can tell you what works for me, but I'm never going to come at someone like, oh, you don't believe in this and that. I don't feel right in my spirit with that. That's just my take on it with religion. But yeah, check out those guys. I'm trying to find the song that I wanted to find, guys. Hold on. Having the same problem I had yesterday in finding these things. Is this it? Maybe this is it.
Snakes and fakes may try to take.
No, that ain't it. Maybe it's this.
I understand that your views are skewed. So I throw my hands up and make I do what he do. I'm on a mission to increase your view. As I allow him to use me as a heavenly truth, I pray to God that he give me the views that will shine like a light to guide us through. Cause today we can use the fuel. Every time I turn on the news, it seems it's coming back soon. Let's get together and unite the states. In reality, it's times I love and way too much hate. It's the east with the weak and great. Until they finally leave the fake, speeding up their state. We need more givers and entertainers today. So I'm reading my Bible verse, praying it's not too late.
Yeah, I like that one. Anyway, all right, guys. So yeah, check out my. I'm going to actually. I'm gonna have to categorize things a little different, but in due time. It's no hurry. Right now, guys, I'm really just living in the flow of things, and I like to live that way. That works for me. You know, within my own structure and how I like to do things, family. So let's get right into this video. What I did want to talk about is, this is my first video talking about the concept of chosen, how it's, you know, the 144,000, and I'm still researching this as we speak, but I told you some of the traits that categorize as chosen. But this, if you fit this category, these are the things you got to look for, because everybody I've watched their videos, I think, what's the gentleman, Des Moss? I think his name is Des Moss. I believe he's in Africa. I'm not sure if he's in Europe or Africa, one of them, but I know his name is Des Moss. But just look that up under chosen. He has a lot of information about it too. It's very interesting. Like I said, I'm just really learning about it more and more, but it fits. Look out for low vibrational people, because I believe that they are more attracted to those people like myself and you out there. They tend to draw on your energy, drain your energy, and they recognize who you are before you do. So that's the thing you gotta work out. You gotta look out for individuals that, you know, the connection is kind of transactional. It's not really a real true connection. And a lot of times they can draw on your light, drain it. Watch out for it. And like I mentioned before, you get a lot of jealousy, you get a lot of haters, but they have that too. They just might undercover it or keep it undercover and kind of act as a spy or infiltrator. You might end up marrying these people. You might end up being close to them, and you just know you feel a resentment or something of envy, and you like not understanding it, because when you get in a union or you hook up, typically the woman and the man, however, whatever type relationship, I don't want to genderize it, okay? If that's a word. I don't want to genderize it, but when two people get together, okay, it's supposed to be a give and take, a partnership of sorts, and for the better good of the union, whatever it is. You'll notice if you are chosen, it's not like that. It's like they are competing with you. And I've seen this so many times, and I made a video about that, or I think it was about few months ago, but it's talking about jealousy. And you're not supposed to be jealous of your mate. You're supposed to be working with them. But I can tell you from my experience, that's just about all I've found. And I'm tapping on 50. So that's mostly what I've seen in my lifetime, where they're like there, but they're working against you, and you're like, it doesn't make sense. You can't even figure it out, because like, if you hurt me, if I can't make this money, you're hurting us. But they don't care. It's almost like you can tell they have a demon inside them that just wants to destroy you. Here's the key: they don't show that at first. You'll find a lot of deceptive people, like they really come in like they're cool, but it's always a switch somewhere along the line. It's always a flip on you, and you're like, why are you flipping on me? I didn't even. It's always a flip. I mean, it could be friends, it could be your lovers, it could be anything. It's always a flip. I can go back. I think I told you guys about when I was a kid with my best friend, lived next door, and his family came up and had him punch me. And I was a kid, I was like 7 years. I didn't understand. I'm like, what's going on? But we were good friends, and he just flipped on me. And I had this in my life several times, but it's literally just like the story of Jesus, like Judas. They always flip on you. I don't care how long you know them. I don't care. But usually it's not long before they flip on you. You'll see the energy shift, and you're like, you could feel the energy shift at first. And it's almost like you've seen a person before, and you knew their spirit, or you thought you knew their spirit, and they seemed cool with you. Nothing's really happened. I mean, this is not just romantic relationships, family. I'm talking this platonic. This is your boys. This is, or ladies, if you're ladies, whatever you are. This is any type of relationship. You will see them change up on you, and you're like, what? We didn't do anything. We didn't have any. We're not on the outs. And then when I really started to examine it, it's not just your friends, it's your family. And you're just like, what do you not like me for? I don't even know you. You don't even know me. We have never had a conversation, but you could see like a flip in them. And you're like, you could feel it because you're very perceptive and sensitive to energy. And you could just feel the hateful energy. And you're like, where is this coming from? But that's why I know this chosen is real. It's the devil. It's the demon in them, because they want you, because you have that calling, because you're going to be talking to people, because you shine that light walking around in the world naturally, not just preaching or talking about God. I mean, family, that's the thing. When you have this chosen thing, when you have this light, I've had situations where it's like two-pronged. The world hates you, but they love you. It's really crazy. It's like, it's confusing. You get mad hate from people, but you will get super extra love, like from, like, you don't even know why, but it's the same thing as the hate. You're like, what is this love coming from? I've had people, I could be on the job, right? I mean, changing jobs a lot. And yeah, you'll change jobs a lot too. That's what you got to look for. You'll change environments, like God is constantly moving you from different things, you can shed skin like a snake. I don't want to use a snake, but you're nowhere near a snake. But God does say, harmless as a dove and wise as a serpent. But yeah, you can change, you can get into different things. But anyway, as you're moving these environments, you will have some people come back, and they'll see you, they'll be like, man, I just, hey, I miss you. And then you're like, damn, I ain't even think I made an impact on you. I thought I barely remember this place. They remember you though. And what it is they remember how you made them feel. They remember that light. They remember that shine that you have. And everyone knows you have it. Like if someone say you don't have it, they're a super duper hater. They just a liar and a hater, and the truth ain't in them. And in our time, that is the people that come for you. But some people, I don't believe it stays with them. It's just a period that they flip, and that demon gets in them because it's trying to get to you. Here's the thing. That's basically Satan kind of following you. Like different people jumping in, like the movie Fallen with Denzel Washington, jumping into people trying to get to you. And then maybe when you get away from them, it jumps out of them. But then when you get back around them, it might jump back in, or it might be gone. I'm still learning a lot, guys. I'm autodidact, so I'm self-taught, so I'm getting as much information as I can. But that's the way I understand, and that's kind of what I've experienced in all of my years. is that they'll flip on you for no reason, but you might see them later on and you don't see it. But yes, it'll be in your family, and you just can't understand it. You're like, we have never had any outs. We've never had any bad confrontations, but you'll just see a negative thing in them towards you, and it's very it's disheartening. But over the years, as old as I am, you do at some point. Now, if you don't know of this, you might be a little angry and you might not understand it because you don't know it. But once you know it, it does relax you a little bit, and you're like, okay, this is what it is. It makes sense. But yeah, you'll see your friends, your family, you'll see everyone flip on you. And then you'll see mad love from out of nowhere that you don't even explain either. It just it's amazing. But they probably won't stay with you. Now, from what I understand, a chosen person has to be with another chosen person. Like, that's what all the people I'm looking at that I seem to learn the most from about this term. I believe that. I believe that because, and I believe if you find someone like that, like if you don't know of the term, you don't understand it, you don't know what to look for. That's the thing, because I might have run into women back in the day, years ago, but by me coming up in such a toxic, bad environment growing up, your body, your frequency is not used to peace. It's literally like you're traumatized. You're not used to peace. If you've seen a lot of fighting and arguing and yelling, if you've grown up in these households, anyone in psychology will tell you, when you do find individuals that are good for you, that are healthy, mentally stable, what'll happen is you will feel like they're boring. You'll be like, yeah, this person boring. Well, actually, that's what you need. You need someone that's not, flipping on you and arguing and disappearing and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, just to give you an example, I talked on this in a couple videos. I had a couple, ladies I dealt with in my younger years. Literally, you're trying to get them to go to church with you, and they're sitting there, they break out in tears, like, oh, where they go to church? I'm like, what the? And I didn't understand, me being very young, and I guess I had some naivety at that time too, just in my understanding of human nature, just people in the world. I just really didn't understand. But if someone is crying because they don't want to go to church, obviously that's a demon in that person. That's something very serious. I mean, not saying that everyone that goes to church, as we know, and I talk on this channel, church is not necessarily the representation of your spirit. I don't believe that, because there's a lot of bad people in churches that do bad things. But a direct sign, if someone, it's almost like Dracula, Count Dracula, if they can be getting daylight, they're milk. I seen that. Then I seen another person I was with a long time. These are people I knew for a good little while, and hey, I don't need to go. I'm like, hey, let's go to church. I don't need to go to church. You need to go. You tell me what the sermon say. I'm like, what? And then later on, they'll start going. You're like, man, this is amazing. But everybody at their own time. I try to keep, because we're not perfect, and it's not to demonize any of those past relationships, because I really don't have anything against any of those people. Once I leave you alone and I, get into my zone or whatever, I don't have nothing against you. Like, yeah, we could have went through bad things, good and bad times, but I really don't think about you. I don't have no ill will towards you. If we have kids or whatever, I mean, I wish everybody the best. But one thing about me is, as I gain knowledge, I learn. I just learn from the situation and keep it moving. But I do speak my truth. I'm not a person that's going to sit up and be like, some people, some people think that men, I had, I ain't going to say a name, but some, you're real expressive, like you're emotional like a woman. See, these are ignorant people that understand. People, not gender, man, woman. You have men that are highly expressional, and then you have women that are. You have men that aren't, and then you have men that aren't. Expression, emotion, how you verbalize, these are all things, with the expectations of gender and how you're supposed to represent. These are things that are made up by man, okay? But it's not real, because we have both chromosomes. You have the ability to be stoic, but it's times that it'll be ignorant to be stoic, because stoicism doesn't work in certain situations. It's times when you have people that are highly motivational. Stoicism, no one would ever listen to anything they got to say. They'd be asleep by the first paragraph is finished. So, but you got to understand, this is a younger person that said this to me, that I just laughed at the time, even though I was probably drunk out of my mind. But still, I noticed, I was like, who in the world teaching you? And I realized, oh God, yeah. But my point is that, you have to understand that people, we are individuals, and we all have different gifts and talents and different ways of how we move in the world. There's no one specific way for a gender to act and to do. I saw another thing on there where a guy was like, one guy, he was like, yeah, men aren't loved or something, or he was saying something like that. And unless we do this, unless we provide, we aren't loved. I'm like, I was going to comment, but I really don't like to comment on people's channel if it's not positive. I mean, I don't like doing debate and all that. Like, think what you want, dude. I just express what I feel on my channel. And if you want to chime in and listen to that, but I'm too old for back and forth with people. That's too much of a train of energy. However, my point to him would be, what about Tom Brady? Now, how many people got Tom Brady money? His woman loved him. I mean, allegedly. Well, they're not together anymore. I'm talking about his ex. Allegedly, she might have been with the trainer. They say allegedly that she has a baby with now. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm not saying she was with him before, but, that was the trainer. Diddy and Cassie. She's married to her trainer. These are very well-off men that were taking care of their women, doing everything that they, I mean, of course, yeah, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. However, the reality is family, if you believe that because you give someone money, that they are going to love you, and that's the only way they're going to love you, this is set up for simps, okay, and simps and chumps, because that is not the reality of this world. If you believe that your wallet, that you're going to lead with your wallet, and that's going to be how you're going to earn your love from your wife, your lady, your kids, if you believe that because you're a man, you're going to be highly disappointed, because what you're going to become is a trick. When you lead with your wallet, you are a trick. See, that's the thing about me. I'm a very interesting person. I've always dabbed into a little bit of, I've never pimped and none of that stuff, but I've known a little bit of everybody. I'm not a person that's, haughty and, oh, I don't know those type people. I've been around people that was in the street. I've been around corporate. I've worked corporate America. I've been around people that's highly educated, been around people that's well off, been around people that ain't have nothing. No monetary, no money. Okay, and I'm the same way. You see what you get, anybody to know me, I'm the same way wherever you see me. Of course, you're going to adjust somewhat to your environment and the situation, but you're going to get my energy. I don't care where I go. I might dot my I's and cross my T's a little more in professional settings. However, who you are who you are. Play how Jay-Z say, no matter where you go, you are who you are, player. That's the truth. You who you are. I don't care where you go. You could try to put the mask on all you want. I'm going to see right through your mask. Trust me. I'm going to take the mask off. I'm going to take your mask off and you're going to hate. That's nothing they hate about you. That I can see right through you. So whatever game you got, whatever insecurities, whatever you're trying to hide, I see right through you. So, and I always had that ability. And if I don't tell you, you're going to see it in my body. I'm either get away from you or I'm just not going to agree with you. I'm going to not trust you. And I've never been wrong, family. And I'm not trying to hump. It's never been a person where I looked at and I said, this is a person I can't see doing any wrong. I don't see no malice in this person. And then they did it. Never. Any person that's ever, all these people now, me and mine, all these people, I always saw the potential for them. Even if they looked meek, mild, even if they looked sheepish, even if they had a innocent, non-threatening look or presence to them, I could always see the probability, the possibility of them. And I believe that's because the chosen sees your soul. They see right into you. So even though your exterior, you can try to come with whatever. And most people, honestly, that I've seen that I could read, because I always could see things, but that's another. I don't want to go too much in that. But most of the people, I before they open up their mouth. I just see them. I don't even need to like, they don't need to have a conversation with me. They don't need to have nothing. I could just literally look at them and I could read them. That's all it takes. And so everything they do from there, I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. And then it's so funny because I don't know if they know, this is before I even knew about the terminology, but I'm not sure if they could see that I could see them. I kind of felt somewhat that they could, but I'm still not sure if they see, like, do you see? I see right through what you're doing. I could tell, dude, what you are. This is why you around me. You want to bang her. I mean, it's like, it's funny. But, you know, I will say a lot of times I would just kind of like go with the motion and just whatever. But I don't advise that, because I think that's using your gift in the wrong way, family, because when you see certain things, and it could be dangerous for you too, because again, you don't know the spirit of these individuals and the amount of malice they have and their intentions and how far they want to go with situations. But there's never been a person where they were good and they had no ill will and then they flipped. I always could see it in them, point blank. So that's one thing you want to look out for. Yeah, but I was telling a guy, but you know, I was looking at the YouTube channel, and I was saying to myself, dude, you can't buy love. If someone doesn't love you, I don't care. You can't buy love, you from man or woman. You can't make someone love you because of what you provide for them. That's not accurate. What makes them love you is how their concept of love is set up. Because I've seen kids that have never seen their father, okay, or mother. But then they see that parent and they love that parent and they want to be around that parent. They respect that parent. They revere that parent. And then I've seen kids that the parents been always there, whether separated or whether live in a house, and they try to take that parent out. So that's the mentality of someone who wants to have control. See, a lot of people want to believe that you control this world. And man, a lot of we set things up to, that's why we categorize race. That's why we try to categorize religion, age, all of these categories, all these boxes we try to put people in order to have control and assuming that we know what's going to be the result if we do X, Y, Z. But understand, when you're dealing with the spiritual and you're highly spiritually gifted, you know that it don't work that way. You don't know what's going to happen all the time, okay? And so when you just think that if I do this, I'm going to get this, that's like science, okay? Some things in the universe might work that way, and even that might not even be the case. You're not always going to get an explosion when you put gunpowder with sulfur and you do all these. You're not always going to get that result. So I say that to say that if you're looking for someone to buy love and you think that because you're a provider, you're going to be a simp. I know these terms. You're going to be a simp. You're going to be a trick. And that as soon as she finds someone that can give her what she really wants or that she really likes, women change up anyway. I mean, I hate to generalize, but I think men and women. But even in biology, you will see that they say that every 5 years, the woman naturally has a change where that they might be looking for a new mate because of, in prehistoric times, the theory is the male might go off and not hunter-gatherer might go off and not come back. So she needs to make sure she has someone to survive. Okay, I study these things. Someone so her body biologically, that goes into the, what do you call that hormone? Oxytocin, and how the attachment to the baby and attachment to the, I don't want to go on and on, but just look it up. You'll see what I'm talking about. These are all things that are documented in science, and you could put in the comments, whatever. And that's another thing, guys. Like and comment more. I want you guys to like and comment more. I notice a lot of people view my channel. They don't comment, as much or like. Don't be scared of me. I'm a person. I'm very expressive, very open person. Don't be disrespectful. As long as you understand that I'm a grown man. Respect me, I'm going to respect you. Don't put nothing, no hater, all that hater stuff, calling you names. Those are whatever they call them, gang stalkers, or I don't know what I call them, crazy people who don't have nothing to do, haters, you know. But as long as you're making a good point and you have a good opinion, I'm open to it. I just don't do a lot of debates. If you don't agree with me, you don't have to necessarily put nothing on there. If you don't, you know, but I don't think that's why people don't comment. I think a lot of people just, you know, whatever you got to tell people, you have to inform people what you want. You got to put it out in the world, put it out there what you want. And I've always been that type of, I have a sales background. So, but with this, since I personalize it more with my coaching, even though I'm not fully into everything yet, I'm open to a lot of it. Just getting in the swing of things. But I believe in respectful exchange of information. Respectful, that's the key. Okay. So another thing, these people will drain you. They got demons in them. What did I touch on here? I believe you have to be very careful of being around people that don't believe in God. So even if you're chosen, you're going to still run into people that say they believe in God, that are going to flip on you, that are going to give you the hate. Yeah, they're going to do all that. But you fare a lot better when you're around believers, because at least with a believer, they have an opportunity to recognize whatever they have in them. And I say, don't get too close to individuals that don't believe in the Lord. I mean, I just, hey, it's real. I mean, I don't care what you believe in per se, but believe in something. You got to believe something. Why not believe in me? Was that Car Wash when Richard Pryor came, or the Pointer Sisters was singing? You got to believe in something. Why not believe in me? I love that movie. Looking at the car wash, whoa, whoa, whoa. Working at the car washer. But yeah, man. But be around believers. You want to shy away from people that don't believe in God. I mean, I keep it real. Atheists are dangerous. Them rhyme. Atheists are dangerous because, you know, when you just thinking that it's just you, and I know that's not the case. I have seen things. I will tell you guys that I have seen things over my years, numerous occasions. And I don't know if it's because of my gift, or I guess everybody doesn't see things. I don't know. I haven't spoken to everyone. I've heard other people say it, but I just give my experience. I have seen things. I know things. I know things, and I know that's part of my gift. I don't share all of them. I do what I do because I'll just say this. I am led by a higher power, okay? Protected by that same power, directed, okay, to do certain things. And so when you have that calling, it is gifts that come with it. It's talents that come with it. It's extra perks that you get, but you do get the hate from man. So I always used to say this before I even knew his terminology. I used to always say it's balance in the universe. And it is. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh. So certain things, you're going to have available blessings and things, okay? But then, on the other hand, like I said, you got to deal with what you got to deal with. But it ain't going to stop you. So, okay, guys, that's all I want to talk about. That's my video about Chosen. So let me know what you think, guys. Like the video. I don't want to always have to go live to get likes. I know you guys like the stuff because I could tell, my subscriptions are over 1,000 now. So I feel pretty secure. And I mean, I know in my heart I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, helping people. And it's going to grow and it's going to get even better. We're going to move and do more things. And it's time. You go with the flow and it's time. I don't believe in rushing. I told you guys, being around a narcissistic family dynamic, they promote hurrying you up, rushing, when it's going to happen. That's when you know someone got a demon in them. When you see people rushing, when you see people like, hurry up, it's a demon in that person. God is patient. God is kind. Love is patient. Love is kind. Okay? This is a good book. When someone's trying to hurry up, we ain't going to get the money. We ain't going to get it. That's straight devil in them. And you better beware, because there ain't nothing good coming if you deal with that person. Your mate needs to give you patience. They need to support you. If they want you to provide, if they want you, this is woman, man, whatever. If whoever's making the money, or whatever, you guys both should be doing it, in my opinion. But even if it's one person doing it, the other person has to support. Okay, that's the way it works. One person's bringing home the bacon, somebody got to cook it. And if you're taking turns, wherever. But the bottom line is you support one another. You can't say, hey, go out there and get me this money. And first of all, you can't talk to nobody crazy and think they're going to be around you too long. Talk about get them some money. Who the heck are you? Who the hell are you? Why somebody needed? What makes your butt so special? You got some gold dust or something up under them cheeks? I doubt it. You know what I mean? So you got to treat people with respect and respect their essence. And when you see couples together that have been through a lot for 30, 40 years, that one is maybe the breadwinner. I'm talking like the Denzels, the Samuel Jacksons, individuals like that, LeBron James with his wife. Yeah, these people gone through things, but these women have supported these men. I'm pretty sure that they had their rough days just knowing human nature, but they have supported these men. And that's why these men can reach these pinnacles. That's why they can reach, but you can't get with somebody like, get me that money and all that. So that's when you know someone, they got a demon in them. They probably come from very toxic family structures that don't promote long, successful, healthy relationships. And family, even if you didn't see it coming up, if you see that someone treating you like that, and I didn't get this when I was young, but I'm here, I lived through it to tell you guys. That's why God protected me, okay? He gave me a lot of special protection so I could tell you guys, if you experience this, if you see that in a partner, I don't care if you're a man, woman, trans, whatever your label, non-binary, they got so many labels now. LGBTQD, I plus, Z, M, J, whatever you are. If you see someone putting you under that type of pressure without the love, patience, kindness, and support, run. That is a person that is not in it for you, and they do not care about you, and don't waste your time with them. You know, a relationship that's going to be healthy and productive is someone who supports and respects your mind. Respects your mind, your body, and your spirit. If they don't have that, I say if they don't have God in them, run. Because those saying, and don't give them no excuses. Don't start explaining to yourself why you need to make it work and all that. Because that's the narcissistic type people. They use good-hearted people who give chances and opportunities. All they do is use and abuse those people. A person like that has to have another person with that heart. And all they're going to do is cause you a lot of trauma, break the relationship up, get what they can get, cut their losses, and run off and say you was the bad guy. And name everything you did that was wrong. And don't tell, if y'all have kids, they ain't gonna tell the kids nothing they did wrong. Kid ain't gonna know nothing they did wrong. They could have banged everybody in your family and stole money. They could have did, anything. Could have poisoned you. Could have did anything to you. They won't tell them kids nothing. They be like, your father, I don't even know why he left me alone. I don't have a clue. I guess he just like the rest of them. Bad man. He couldn't be strong. Y'all know the story. It's the same old story, man. Generation. Black people, we got to get over this stuff, man. Stop falling for the bait. We need to believe in God more than anybody. That's what got us out of slavery. That's what got us out of the civil rights movement. That's what got us out of so much. And it's sad that now we get all these videos pushed to us. All these images of our women looking like straight, I don't know what you want to call it, streetwalkers everywhere you look. And then, so the little girls, that's all they see. That's all they want to grow up to be. And popping out babies without being married and without having a real foundation for that kid to grow up in is healthy. And we're rushing and we got this all negativity, man. So only way we gonna break that chain is the same way we broke the other chains. God. Okay? And so the ones that have it in us, we need to share that. And it is what it is. It's not to beat up the black woman, but I call a spade a spade. They attack your women first. And it's a reason. Because that's the weaker vessel. They're easier to influence. It's harder to get to a guy. A guy, the black man is like, okay, I know the situation messed up. I got the odds against me. But at the end of the day, I'm a man and I see what my people have done. I see what we've overcome. I know I can do it. But he can't do it if he don't have that counterpart. And when he's trying to do a family, it ain't going to work. If she not understanding the circumstances, and not saying he should take advantage of her, but she has to understand the situation and work together. Because if other cultures can do it, African Americans can do it, okay? But you got to be led by something bigger than just the wallet or how big your butt cheeks are, okay? It's not about that. When you having unions, when you having generational success, hey, what's the best way to learn is by failing. You know, and I don't believe in failure. I believe in starting over with more information. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to keep it moving. So for me, even if something didn't work out, I don't look at myself as I failed. AK, it was part of life. It was part of my learning experience. And I'm in the classroom. I'm going to keep clocking in and ringing the bell. You understand? Here, I'm clocking in. All right, guys. Next time. Peace. Like, comment, share. This one's about Chosen. But like, comment, share. Put in the video. Come on, guys. Got to grow.